Denny Savage out of Mission Viejo, California, driving John Powers' car. Ron Colson at the wheel of the famed Hawaiian of Roland Leong, Colson from Addison, Illinois. Gordy Bonnan from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Little John Lombardo from North Hollywood, California. The first pairing in the second round of funny car racing finds Tom McEwen. He drives the Corvette-bodied car in the near lane against the ace, Ed McCulloch. McCulloch finished in the runner-up position here at the Summer Nationals back in 1972 and would love to make it to the winner's circle. Tom McEwen has been very consistent throughout most of 1978. Performance times equaling those, nearly at least, of the stake. Has yet to make it to the winner's circle, though. Funny cars, quite a handful to drive. The fastest full-bodied cars in all of drag racing. McCulloch with the lead off the starting line. And not to be headed, Ed McCulloch. How about this? 6.10. A 6:10 elapsed time. 237 miles an hour. When we talk about elapsed time, that's the amount of time it takes to go from the starting line to the finish line, which is only 1/4 of a mile away, and that's all, of course, from a standing start. Denny Savage at the wheel of the Power Steel John Powers car. The Camaro-bodied funny car on the tower side. Al Segrini driving for Fred Castronova. And in a close race, it's Denny Savage. A fine 6.12 seconds, 6.12, 236 miles an hour. Segrini gave it a good shot, but with a red light start, a 6:31 didn't pay off. You saw him move just perceptively ahead of Denny Savage there in the circle. You saw the red light left on the tree, meaning Al Segrini left just a hair too soon. The Canadian car, Gordy Bonnan. 240 Gordies, known as in the drag racing circles. The reason for this, Bonnan loves to drive them fast, and over 240 miles an hour in a funny car is quite a speed. John Lombardo from North Hollywood, having the best day of his career on the national event circuit. Noted for running in the western part of the United States. Lombardo just blasting ahead of Gordy Bonnan. 6.12 seconds, his speed 236 miles an hour, as Gordy Bonnan falls to little John Lombardo. Once again, in instant replay, we take a look. As you see, not too far from a straight line does little John drift. A big lead at the finish as John Lombardo wins it over Gordy Bonnan. Here's Steve Evans.
John Lombardo, Los Angeles, California, involved what was unquestionably the closest funny car race of the day. 12 to an 18, 6:12 to a 6:18.
Well, it is plenty close. If we could cure the shake a little bit in the middle, that'd sure help a bunch.
This has been a big event for you, 240 miles an hour in qualifying. Usually it's harder to run in the East, and you're primarily a Western racer.
Well, we've been coming back these national events, Columbus and some of the others, trying to work out the fuel system so we can run in this bad air and humidity. And it's finally coming around a little bit.
The Hawaiian of Roland Leong, Ron Colson at the wheel. The distinction of having to run the #1 qualifier, Don Prudhomme. 3 times in a row, he has won the World Championship. Prudhomme, the most feared driver right now in all of drag racing, regardless of category, regardless of type of car. Prudhomme, Mr. Consistency. Defending champion at the Summer Nationals, the car owner, Roland Leong, you see him there in the green shirt, directing his driver, Ron Colson, into exactly the spot he wants, where he can find the most traction to give those big, wide 18-inch tires the bite necessary to get him to the finish line first. But he's got a tough road to hoe. And a hole shot by Ron Colson. Will it pay off at the finish line? A close race, and it's Ron Colson, the upset of the meet. 6.33 seconds to a losing and much quicker 6.17. In instant replay, let's watch. There you see Colson moving first. He has the lead on Prudhomme at the starting line. Will it pay off at the finish, and by how much? There it is, just a wheel width. Once again, let's go to Steve Evans.
Don Prudhomme with a very, very rare starting line, Miss Q. I know you hate to lose at any time, a very competitive guy. Anything happen with the car, or just What happened?
I just wasn't right, you know. I was just, you know, I was acting a little bit funny behind the start line and just threw my concentration off on the light. And, you know, of course, he had to leave good to beat us, and he did. And then it shook real bad on me, and I just, I got out there. So, I don't know. One of those things.
Okay, the Snake still leading the World Championship chase and still an odds-on favorite to win it. Dave?
Thank you, Steve. Let's go back to racing with Pro Stock Eliminator. 8 cars remain in round number 2. This, the new Ford Fairmont of Bob Glidden. His competition, the Chevy Camaro, finishing number 7 in the world last season, Richie Zool. Zool won the Spring Nationals title thus far in 1978. Glidden debuting his brand new car at this event and qualified number 1. He's dominated the action as far as times go. Let's see if he can do it on the racetrack when it only counts as to who gets to the finish line first. And this time again, it's Bob Glidden, 8.53 seconds. His speed, 152 miles an hour. Joe Sapberry, big block Chevrolet Camaro. When we refer to a big block, we mean a larger cubic inch engine that is in the Chevy Monza of Frank Iacodio. Iacodio here on the near side. And a bit of a staging battle seems to be ensuing. They kind of can stage at their own leisure as long as neither one of them has crept into that final staging beam. There's no time limit involved. Finally they get there, and Sapberry with the whole shot. At the finish line, Joe Sapberry, 8.65 seconds. His speed, a fine 157 miles an hour. The odds-on crowd favorite has to be this man, Larry Lombardo, driving for Bill Grumpy Jenkins against the American Motors car of the M&M boys, Baskin and Manarino. Andy Manarino doing the driving. Oh, and what a hole shot for Lombardo. Manarino was almost sound asleep as Lombardo left the starting line. It was almost a full car length ahead before Manarino ever moved. Lombardo with the win, 8.64 seconds, 156 miles an hour. The final race in this round of Pro Stock. From Reno, Nevada, the gambler, Mark Ewell. Alongside of him, the other American Motors car. This is Wally Booth. Here you see the Christmas tree as if the drivers are looking at it. One amber light, a green light, and the wheels in the air as they leave the starting line. The AMX in the near lane, Camaro in the far lane, and it's Wally Booth with the win. 8.73 seconds, but the big story there is Mark Ewell went 8.67, so Wally Booth with a whole shot. We'll be back from the Summer Nationals in a moment. In addition to professional category racing of Top Fuel, Funny Car, and Pro Stock, the Summer Nationals winner's circle greeted for the first time 35-year-old Alan Peters of Stratford, Connecticut, winning stock eliminator. In Super Stock, 43-year-old Bobby Warren of Clinton, North Carolina, won his 9th national event title. Modified eliminator saw another first-round winner, 27-year-old Bruce Allen of Lapeer, Michigan. Right now, we're ready for final round racing in competition eliminator. 2 Econo dragsters making it to the finals in competition. This is John Lingenfelter, his competition, Bobby Cross. Lingenfelter's car powered by a somewhat larger engine than his Cross, and in competition eliminator, it's handicap racing, a full Christmas tree of 5 amber lights. Cross, because he has got the slower car, according to the NHRA National Index, will receive a physical head start over Lingenfelter. See the Christmas tree, the lights begin to count down. There goes Cross, and a red light for Lingenfelter. He just couldn't wait, watching his competition disappear down the racetrack. So Bobby Cross wins it. The red light by Lingenfelter putting him out of competition. Bobby Cross, your competition eliminator finalist and titleist here at the Summer Nationals. This is now the top of the line of sportsman category racing. Pro Comp. Here's Dale Hall. Hall's car somewhat unique. It uses a small block Chevrolet engine, supercharged, running on alcohol, but it's a front engine dragster. Back a few years ago, every dragster in competition was a front engine car. Then in 1971, made successful by Don Garlits, the rear engine design took over, is used in all categories where dragsters are legal. And Dale Hall with a big lead. Something going wrong. Hall out of control. Almost crosses in front of Dale Armstrong. Hall finally gets it back into his own lane. Something going wrong with the car. Dale Armstrong, the Pro Comp champion. In instant replay, we see once again the big lead built up by Dale Hall in his small block Chevrolet. Something begins to go wrong. You see the car making a violent move towards the center line. He crosses it. That would have put him out of competition anyway, but Dale Armstrong the winner. Here again, Steve Evans.
You said you didn't think they had final rounds with you in it anymore?
No, God, I haven't got by a first round this year yet.
This man has won Pro Comp in every conceivable type car. Funny car, dragster, roadster, you name it. Mr. Pro Comp, AA Dale Armstrong, and here comes one happy crew. Okay, back to you, David.
For 36-year-old Dale Armstrong, his 10th national event victory in Pro Comp racing, and a very, very happy crew congratulating him here at his win at the Summer Nationals. Shirley Muldowney against Richard Tharp. What a matchup. The reigning world champion, Shirley Muldowney, against Richard Tharp, the man that won it just a couple of years ago. The burnout's completed. They approach the starting line. Leaving the line together, but Shirley Muldowney beginning to pull ahead. And Shirley Muldowney wins it. 6.03 seconds, 240 miles an hour. Here in instant replay, you see the two cars leave the line together. But then Shirley begins to pull away in the middle of the course as something goes wrong with Tharp's car. Muldowney first to the finish line. Let's go to Steve Evans.
Okay, as Shirley Muldowney greets her son John and her fine crew, to which she gives an awful lot of credit, a 6:03.
That's pretty good. We didn't expect it.
240 miles an hour, and it looks clean and dry.
Yeah, the fellas have done a good job this weekend, Steve. I'm really proud of my boys.
We had a trouble-plagued early season, but it appears to all be together now again.
Yeah, we tried to work out a few problems and see if we could run the car in the 5s and in the low 6s and not hurt it, and I think that's exactly what's happened.
Jake Coughlin enjoying the best day of his career. Jake started in Pro Comp racing a few years ago, drove several different types of cars, graduated last season into Top Fuel racing. His competition is from Denver, Colorado. Johnny Abbott, a long-time veteran up in the high country, been coming on strong in the national scene with his partner Larry Frazier over the past several years. Two 5-second cars coming to the starting line in Summer Nationals competition. This is round number 2 racing in Top Fuel Eliminator. A huge crowd on its feet to watch the action on the quarter-mile racetrack of championship drag racing. Abbott out first. Coughlin in trouble. The engine goes away, and he holds on for the win. He pulls the parachute early. That's why he's only got 187 mile-an-hour speed. But the elapsed time of 6.16 seconds, enough to get him to the finish line first, and that's what counts. In the near lane, Jeb Allen. He won this event back in 1972. He was only 18 years old. Now just a tender 24. He's a 6-year veteran of the professional drag racing wars. Paul Longnecker. Could be a close race. Both cars capable of running well into the 5s. Longnecker with the lead. But look at Jeb Allen come on. Winning it from the middle of the track and flashing the V for victory to our Diamond P Sports camera. Jeb Allen takes the win in round number 2, and look how close it is. Here again, Steve Evans.
Jeb Allen says he won it in the last 50 feet, and I believe that because it appeared that he left on you. You still ran a 5:93.
Well, I didn't think it run that good, but we're ready, you know. We got everything, and the car's been clicking them off, and this is my race, I hope.
Well, this is one man that might dispute that statement. The low qualifier, the man that currently holds low elapsed time of 5.86 seconds. Gary Beck set that time as he defeated Don Garlitz in round number 1. Hank Endres qualified in the 5s. Endres out of Pennsville, New Jersey, just down the road from Englishtown, practically a hometown boy. Got his work cut out for him, though, against Gary Beck. And Endres knew it. He took a chance. He gambled and lost. A red light left on the starting line by Hank Endres gives the win automatically to Gary Beck, who just coasted through at 112 miles an hour. We'll be back with more racing from the Summer Nationals in just a moment.
When we first told Dan Kreitz of Baltimore, Maryland, that his national record-holding B Altered was the recipient of the Fram Summer Nationals Engineering Award, he said, but this is just a little old homemade car. Well, those are some of the reasons. This little old homemade car has a very, very sophisticated fuel injection system, all built by these people and their crew down in Baltimore.